My name is Comfort Benjamin Bauer, and this is my husband. Exactly yesterday, 8th of September, we went to do a test for our son. He's turning 3 in October. From the results that it is SS, and this is the last day we are declaring by the instruction of Pastor Jerry Eze that we should make a video evidence that this is the last day that this result will stand. We have reversed it and it is now AA. We have reversed it and it is now AA. This is the last day, the 9th of September, that this result will stand. Henceforth, our son is AA. What God cannot do does not exist. On the 8th of September, we went for a test. My son is about to resume school. This is his first time in school, so we needed to do the test. But the result said he's SS. I was shaking. And I have not followed NSPPD prayers. My elder sister, bless him, always sends the link to me. And then this came up. So I decided, okay, when we came back home, we were shaking, I couldn't eat. Now, I searched online. I searched for miracles of genotype change. And when I searched for it, all the miracles that I saw were from NSPPD. I said, no, something is happening in that place. Let me just join. And I was going to have it, I think it was a 5-day series on something about phone. I can't remember what it was about, but I decided to join. And on the first day, the word of God came, but there was nothing specific for us. But I just kept picking from different testimonies. And one of the testimonies, she was sharing about her son. And Papa said that every time you think about that issue, your heart sinks. And that was what was happening to me.
Can you pay attention to this? That thing that you remember and your heart does like this, and then you get scared. Except there is no God on the altar fire. At the sound of your amen, it will not happen. And I don't even know why God is asking me to declare this. I don't know who this is for. But evil will not cross over into your child's next birthday. Somebody help me shout fire. Negativity will not cross over into your child's next birthday.
Friday, which was the last day last week, Papa instructed that write what you want to see, your results, what you want to see, okay? And it was supposed to be for this week. This instruction was supposed to be for this week, but I said no, I'm not waiting. So on Friday, I wrote the new result that I wanted. Look at it here. Look at this. This is the 12th of September. I wrote it. I did not write AS. I wrote AA pattern. And I wrote signed altar of fire. Yes, the altar of fire. So I wrote it, and every time I bring it out, and the instruction was dance on the thing you don't want to see.
And people of God, please do not forget that next week we are back again with our 15 minutes dance. People of God, 15 minutes dance. Write your verdict the way you want to see it happen in your life. Pastor, how many should I write? As many as you want, how you want it to happen. Now write what you don't want. People of God, write them down. Remember, in the 15 minutes dance, put the one you don't want under your feet, and the one you desire, hold it in your hand. People of God, choose any time of the day, but make sure you follow through with this prophetic instruction. Is our crossover service next week, Throne Room Verdict. The King of Kings has ruled in my favor.
See, I have written the result that I want. I am going for the test tomorrow. Today is the 12th of September 2025. We are going for the test tomorrow, and this is the last day that this result will be carrying negative here. Tell you, this is what I have danced on it as instructed by Papa. This is what the result says, right? But this is the last day. We are going for a test tomorrow, which is Saturday, and the result will be AA. That is the final verdict. This result, the SS result is done. I stood on it and I danced for 15 minutes as instructed. We went for this test, and the result was not ready until today. See, this is my son's school form. I didn't feel it because there's a space that is there's requested form. Look at it here, genotype and blood group. I said no, I cannot put SS for my son. That's not what God told me about this child. Today we received the results. My son is not AS. My son is not SS. He's AA. What God cannot do does not exist. See, this testimony is between three. It's just three of us. Me, my husband, and a nurse. I thought I'm telling you this thing because I need a witness. Let all men be liars, but God will be true. This So this that's the result that we have today. We're just here to say, God, thank you. Just here to say thank you. We don't know what we did to deserve this mercy. You know, when our faith could not carry us, I remember one of those days, my heart was so heavy. Papa said, even if your faith cannot carry you, his own faith will carry you.
Father, today, whether your people have faith or do not have faith, I pray today, today's mercy prayer, from the bowels, from the bowels of my spirit, today's mercy prayer. No matter where they are upon the surface of the earth, no matter the challenge, no matter the issue, by this mercy encounter, let there be a turnaround.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. God has done what no man can do. No man can do. What God cannot do does not exist. Papa will say, how will you shout when your testimony comes? Sir, I was on the floor. I did not remember I had a phone. I couldn't record when I saw the result. But I'm just here to say, Lord, thank you. Lord, thank you.
Before I joined NSPPD 2021, I was living in darkness. I came from a family of idol worshippers. My father was the head of a masquerade in my village, and my mother served marine power. So I am the last child of my father's house. We were 10 in number, but now we are 6. I was the first to leave Nigeria for school, and because of that, my mother made the sacrifice that when I travel and become successful, I would success her in serving the power. So I said, okay. So when I left the country, I gave my brother contact. He also left. So I started having attacks, dreams, seeing snakes. I will be having, it will be like something is crawling around my body, my neck. I will be seeing snakes everywhere. I will dream having sex in the dream, eating in the dream, flying. I will be swimming in the river. Sometimes I will wake up and be like, "Baby, you be a winch. Why are you flying?" You know, so I will call my mom. She will say, "Hey, it's the marine people now, send money." I will send money for sacrifice. I was still sending money and all of that till I met my man. Look, he came to me and look, he was staring at me. He said, "I'm going to marry you." I said, "Really?" So I called my dad. I said, "See what I'm going through." He said he can send a letter telling the marine husband to leave me alone, that I belong to him and all of that. He said, "I'm not signing." He said, "Did he toast you?" I said, "No." He said, "Did you stress him?" I said, "No." He said, "I'm not sending." So he didn't send. Everything was going bad. He lost everything. My youngest billionaire was no longer a youngest billionaire. So fast forward to when my dad died, it was like something was unleashed. I will be walking around, something will be following me like a shadow. I will call my friend and say, "Something is crawling around me like a snake." I was so scared. And it got to a point, I started seeing myself being buried. Like I was already dead. Like people were not seeing me. Something was following me. Like I will be seeing things telling me to jump. Something will tell me, "Throw your baby inside the water." So 2021, my friend sent me the link. So she was also hunting for pastors. So when she sent pastors, when I watched them, all of a sudden I will start seeing them in my dream hunting me. The last one she said told us to do something. I said, "No, my mind did not carry this. I'm not doing." So she said, "Okay." So I told her, "Please, I will block you if you send me any man of God again." So 2021, one day she called me. She said, "Hope you have been joining." I said, "Joining what?" He said, "I've been sending you a link now." I said, "Link?" I said, "Yeah, okay." So Wednesday, she sent me that link. Before she sent that link, I had a fight with my man. And then my daughter heard, I thought she was sleeping. And then she came that morning and said, "Mommy, if Daddy goes, we are going with him. Why are you treating him so bad? He loves you. He does everything you say. Why are you frustrating him? And just so I can tell you, if Daddy leaves, I'm going with him." I hated this man for no reason. My mother hated my father. My sister, they hate their husbands. I said, "God, what is this?" So that Wednesday, something said, "Go and click on that link." I clicked on it. Papa was crying. He said, said, by the mercies of God, may God give you peace. I've never slept in days. I've never slept in months. I was on an antidepressant. I was going for doctor's appointments. That night, I slept. When I slept, I woke up the next day. My daughter was already prepared, ready for school. I said, when did you wake up? She said, Daddy said not to wake you up. You were sleeping peacefully. I said, peace. I slept peacefully. The next day, Papa said, which power is claiming ownership of your father's house? By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, it be broken.
Hear me as I hear the Lord. Territorial powers claiming control of your life, of your children. Spirit wife, spirit husband, oppressive powers from their father's house, ancient voices from their father's house. Let to be attacked and so upon and let it die. For he, the Son of Man, has set free. Is free indeed. As your amen will turn, I announce, let them go, let them go, let them go. Lose your hope, lose your hope, lose your hope.
I said, this one, no, they fear. He's not scared. I saw this, the way he was spread, the audacity. That day, I slept. I saw the power, the python, because whenever I join a new church, I will see that power, I will see that python. He will be roaring, turning like a man that I married in my dream. He will be roaring, and I repeat that word, who art thou? He disappeared. I woke up, I said, God, oh. I called my friend. I said, that link that you said to me, I saw the snake again. He disappeared. He said, Nezioku. I said, yes, so it's true. January 2025, that was when my word came. 50-something minutes into the prayer, Pastor Jerry said, I don't know who you are. The marine power your mother served that has vowed not to let you go, let the yoke be broken.
Your mother served that has vowed never to leave you alone. That has vowed never to leave you alone. The devil is alive. The devil is alive. By the power that is risen from the dead, I announce, let the yoke break.
And that night, I was still in the river. All of a sudden, I saw a hand that brought me out. And then I saw it was Papa. He said, we are going to your father's house. We got to my father's house. He set the whole thing on fire. There was a dragon sitting there like a king. He burnt it. He gave me a box. He said, this is a treasure. Take it and go. It is done. When God began to restore, the restoration was too much that everything, he got his job back. He started traveling as normal. The restoration was too much. I even got angry. Like this. I went to go and buy a new ride. I bought a new ride. What is it? I said, what is it? I mean, what God cannot do.
We dey pray. We dey pray. Arise. The God that sees me. The first time I heard this word, Eroi, I was like, which one is Eroi? But I've always, my wife, after the morning prayer, she will not let somebody sleep. It's Eroi everywhere. It got to a point, I started getting addicted to the word Eroi. And then before I got to know, it's like she herself, anywhere, whether I'm around or I'm not around, she will send me the link. Go and join NSPPD. NSPPD, what is the full meaning of it? I was so reluctant, I wasn't pushed to join until something happened in the last London conference. I wasn't in London then, but I had so many things going on in my life. She packed all the letters I've been receiving of people I had issue with, and she folded them inside an envelope. She told me, she said, Pastor Jerry is coming to London. I will go, you are not around, but I will go with your problem to the program. I said, okay. So I was on the screen where I was watching. She said she was there. One of the most interesting one that quickened my spirit to start taking the program serious was that we were trying to set up a branch in London. And because of what is going on, we fell behind rent. And the landlord came and dropped notice. So she said she took the notice there to the program. And it was among the envelope the envelope she took. She said after the program, she just took the notice and said, God has solved this one. She tore it into pieces and put it in a bin. That same night, so it's not a different day. That same night, I made a phone call to my father, which is quite unlike him, and we were talking. And then I told him, I said, the other branch somewhere, we are falling behind rental. And it's unlike him to just make such a decision because it wasn't up to a year. He visited London and he saw the way the business was growing. He was so impressed that he invested hugely into it. And after then, something came up with something. I couldn't account for so much of his investment. So he was angry with me. But unlike him, he said, hey, you are owing rent. I will pay. I wiped my face down. I called my wife. I said, Daddy said he's going to pay the rent. My wife started screaming again. She started saying, Elroy, God cannot do, does not. I said, it's like this, your Elroy does not exist. I said, it's like this, your Elroy is working. And to my greatest surprise, the rent was paid. Before then, I've run a successful business for consecutively 3 years with no issue. After my university education, I started setting up businesses. I didn't care to be employed. I started setting up business. And because of the level of God's hand upon me, a new business, it spread. It was like a wide wind fire everywhere. And people were coming from different nationality, both the British, the Asians, the Pakistan, different people coming and they are benefiting heavily from this business. And one day I said to myself, why do we have so many nationality benefiting and where is our own people? So I went to those ones that were very close to me. I said, if you need a job, there's a job somewhere. You need a job, there's a job. And that was the genesis of everything. The genesis, the beginning of the Nemesis. Unluckily to me, I took on so many of them. And now their parents that knew me when I got to the land, it opened up a room for great envy, serious one. They said, who is this boy? We know him when he came to this United Kingdom. In fact, he was sleeping on our floor. This one said I was the one that was taking him everywhere. Who is he? When did he come to this land? How come is he the one employing our own children and even giving them visa to live in the land? And they raised up a very great strife against the business. And all their agenda was to make sure the business was shut. In fact, it got to a point that with their connection, they think they have, they went and gendered somebody that worked with authority. And that person then collided with her colleagues and they came after me in person. I thought it was a physical battle. They came, the prince of the world comment and finding nothing in him. I was doing a legit business, registered. I was keeping to compliance. I brought all the book. I showed them everything. The other colleagues that doesn't really know much about what was going on said, this man, we cannot find anything in him. And that was the last time I heard from them. And because everything just died down, I thought that was it. I didn't know that they went diabolic in the spirit. Even after all the fight and the battle and everything, I didn't know they went diabolic in the spirit and they shut down the business in the spirit. It was is it fullness of fire or fullness of?
Fullness of answers.
It was that one I joined.
Fullness of answers.
It was that one I joined that very morning, the very first day. And Papa said, he said, I can see that business that is being shut in the spirit. He said, for you to know you are the one I'm talking to. It's been shut in the spirit for 6 months. Then I went to the business bank account. I pull it up. The last time we generated revenue from that business was March. And I calculated March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
My God, look at where they close your business in the spirit. Look at where they close it in the spirit. Look at where they close it in the spirit. The devil is alive. By this you will know that this is God. The Spirit of God says for 6 months nothing has happened in your business. But today, for you to know that this one is for you. If you will not give back your testimony, let that door be open.
When I calculated the amount of the month, it was so accurate. Even me myself, why don't they fear anything? Fear can't hold me. I said, which kind of thing be this? This man is very low. I'm not physically present. I'm far away in the mining site somewhere in East Africa where I was trying to set up another thing to keep myself going. And Elroy, the God that sees me, through this man of God, still see me inside bush. I sat up. I wrote a testimony because the way I was joining, sometimes I will join, my wife wouldn't know that the link she sent me, I made use of it. Because I was new to it. I would just join secretly. And I will not let her know I joined. So immediately I heard that proclamation. I just typed it to her. I said, the business that has been shut up is open though. And she, after the prayer, because she will not reply, no matter what you do when the prayer is going on, she will not reply. So I know that after the prayer, she will look at her phone. So she replied and she said, amen, it's open though, it's open though. And I was so engrossed in the prayer of that day that we have to take that clip, that whole prayer, and we prayed it over and over and over. And it wasn't long after, something that has never happened in the history of the business, that the website of the business will be shut for a good 6 months. The technical team, I couldn't reach them before. Once anything happened to the website, it was linked to the email, I'll just text them, they will get it up. But now I am calling. Nobody's responding, nobody is speaking, nobody is getting back to me. I didn't know that it was a spiritual battle. I thought it ended when they come physically, and God helping me strategically, they were all defeated. I didn't know they've taken it to another level. It was that prayer, and after everything, it wasn't long after that, I just received a phone call from one of the local authorities we once worked with. They said, we've been sending you emails. We've been trying to reach you. Where are you? We are trying to give you a contract for the next 6 months. In fact, we are giving you the contract. Where are you? Where are you? I wiped down my face. I said, this type of prayer, I've not seen this type of quick answer. I've been praying. Yes, I'm a man of prayer. I've prayed. But the one that they will pray today, and it will show today. I shake my head. Will they pray? I shook my head, and then I told my wife, I said, they've given up, they wrote to us and said, can you get ready and have your staff ready to start next week, actually? And then they've said they've given us contract that need to be endorsed in the next 6 months. Can we start getting ready? And God having his way, even while all this thing was going on, in fact, the website of the team, I can actually take my laptop and do it. But because of the level of the battle, I mean myself, I was so callous, I don't know that it has left from physical realm, because they couldn't do anything physically. It has gone to spiritually. That spirituality now make me feel so reluctant. I wasn't even paying attention to working anything out. But after that prayer, I was quickened in spirit. Now we have our website working, we have our email working, the contract is there for us, and we are coming back fully, more than it has happened before. Praise the living Jesus.